Tarawaya abe igi orombo. Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. James Coker. Yes, indeed. It is a late broadcast today, and perhaps early for some on the other parts of the world as well. Yes, you're welcome to the stream. Yes, Patrick Umeubu, good evening. Yeti Queen, good evening. Alaja Folake Alawiye, good evening. James Coker, yes, good evening to each and every one of you. Yes, episode 164 of the Bleeding Edge is exactly what we are going into today. Yes, it's a late broadcast, and I've got some stuff that will shake your heart and probably trigger the devil in you to act almost straight away. Thank you very much, Diaojo, for this special great tune on the some of the Yoruba nursery rhythm. I called you out of the blue and you delivered. You're such a wonderful gem, dear. Thank you so much. It's to your beautiful wife. Yes, Olori Musumola. Yes, guys, good evening. Yes, I hope I meet each and every one of you well. Yes, it is a late broadcast. Alaji Akolawole Aremu Oladoshu. Good evening. Yes, it is getting extremely interesting by the day, by the hour. Yes, indeed. Alaji Akolawole Aremu Oladoshu Baba Badon. Yeah. Omawani Ejo say. Yes. Guys, it's going to be a little bit tough and difficult. Yeah, that's why I left it a little bit too late. And I've been cracking my brains this last 48 hours. And I think I'm now getting close to where I feel, yes, I can now come and then present everything to you. Good evening. Yeah, if you have not done so, please do that. Share the stream. You never can say. Somebody somewhere might be dying to have that information. And don't forget, I've got that big screen there that will continue to remind you of things that will melt your heart, will provoke you to action. I intend to leave that way. Yes, good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm about to get so swanny. Welcome to episode 164 of our usual series, The Bleeding Edge. Yes, today is Wednesday, the 13th day of the 4th month of April 2021. The time in London is 23:13 exactly by the console right in front of me. Yes, hi. Let's quickly dig deep. And I'm going to start today's broadcast with this very, very important tape. Listen to this very carefully.
forgetting that we need each other. We're forgetting that we need to look out for each other. We're forgetting that except the least of us is taken care of, that the best of us cannot survive. We're forgetting that it's one world and it's a very small world. I've traveled across all the continents, and I can tell you, we need each other. It's such a small world that if we don't learn to love and respect ourselves and forget those things that we think are important but are actually unimportant, and if we do not have the courage to speak up when we should, then we set every one of us up for trouble. Take a child from every local environment in this world, no matter their tribe, the color of their skin, their language, or where they come from. Put them all in one room, and you would find them as a team, playing together, supporting each other, except you teach them otherwise. They will work together to solve every problem.
Except you teach them otherwise.
That's what we need to be. We need to go back to being children of the world again. We need to be a people who believe in love, in faith, in kindness, in caring for our neighbors in a way that together we can find the solution of the world. We need to understand that not a single one of us is an island to itself, that every single one of us holds a piece of what is required to build the right world where we can all survive. Whether you're a business person, or you're a career person, or you're someone who is working in whatever field, we have one home and we share it together. We either protect it, we fight for it.
Listen very carefully.
Together we fight for ourselves.
Mrs. Ibukun Awushika, God bless you.
One of us. In building a better future, we build a future for our children. It's a small world. It's too small.
It's a small world.
It's too small to be.
Yes, thank you very much, Mrs. Awushika. God bless you.
What you think.
Again, God bless you.
Dare to think and determine what is right, and how you have the courage and the audacity to stand up and fight for what is right. How you can look your neighbor
stand up for what is right.
Think of what is in their interest as well as in your interest. How you can remember that no matter how smart you are, you're not smart enough to survive by yourself. No matter how rich you are, your wealth alone cannot keep you alive and keep you safe. That we all need one another, looking out for one another and understanding.
Yes, thank you very much for that brilliant speech, Mrs. Ibukun Awushika. God bless you once again. Two key components is extremely vital in that speech delivered by Mrs. Awushika. She's been a fighter, and let me remind you, she's the chairperson of the First Bank in Nigeria. This is not the first time Mrs. Awushika will deliver a spectacular speech. Two things that keyed straight into my bones and my fibers, the fibers in my body. Love and respect for one another. Love and respect for one another. And then stand up for your right. You see, let me first of all take that love and respect. I've said it countless of times, that where there is love, there can be no hatred. And let me remind you, the very first podcast I put up on my network, my very first live stream show, was all about love. God asked me to preach love, and that many other subsequent live stream that I'm going to do so long as I am still alive will revolve around love. Akumeko Biafra. It's going to, yes, please share it. This is just the early stages and building you up so that today, I will provoke each and every one of you and those that are privileged to watch this live stream. I want to provoke you, and I want to provoke everyone to take the bull by the horn. Love and respect in there. And then stand up for your right. Once again, do you honestly think your bloody Tamboroba leaders, politicians, do they love you? I've been asking. I've been asking. Today? Do they love you? I doubt it very much. And I'm going to prove some point to you. This point, I'm gonna prove it. Let me first of all do this. Let me do this. I'm going to do this. Let me hear live show materials and let me go into this. I'm going to start this. And I want to kick this off. Now, before we go a little bit deeper and deeper, I want you to please have a look at this. Look at this. Watch this. He said, I'm going to provoke many of you to action. Now, the person you're looking in front of your screen happens to be, of course, the name is there. General Oladipo Dia. The same Oladipo Dia that was part and parcel of the military coup that toppled Shehu Shagari. You remember the second Fulani agenda. You remember very well, don't you? He was part and parcel of that 1983 coup. Vibrant military officer at the time. He celebrated his 78 years. You can see he was born on the 3rd of the 4th month of April 1944. Collapsing General Oladipo Dia's passage to this plane of existence indicated He's a life path 7. His date of birth provided that gateway. And 7, they are the cunning ones. Life path 7. Forget about the fact that his zodiac sign from that date of birth is an Aries. Yes, Aries the ram. But we're not looking at that, because his uniqueness is that life path. Date of birth usually provide your code to access this plane of existence, the earth. So as he was coming, as at that time in the 4th month of April, Aries was in the constellation at the time. That was why you refer to him as an Aries, by virtue of his zodiac sign. But for you to get to know him properly through his own life code, his life code is that 7. Now look at that man who celebrated his 78 years. You can clearly see that nothing in this world lasts forever. Again, I remembered very well this same Mrs. Awoshika, God bless you, in one of her sermon said money is nothing. I'll see if we can go through that tape perhaps later on. Oladipo Dia, 78-year-old man, 2022. You can clearly see him. Okay, let's do this once again. I'm going somewhere. Many of you don't know exactly where I am going, but I'll show you exactly where I am going, and it will become very, very clear to you. Look, that was the picture that was released in celebration of his birthday, and you can clearly see his wife next to him. Retired General Oladipo Dia. Omowo ni Odogbolu. That is how he's looking. 78-year-old man. Yes, considering the stress he must have been through, especially getting to the second highest office in the land at the time, second in command to Sani Abacha. Sani Abacha nearly got him killed. But Olonwe Loyo. Now, let me do this. Now, look at this man. You can clearly see that one too. Retired General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Yes. Equally, IBB was born on the 17th of the 8th month of August, 1941. 1941. This year, IBB, well, it was 8 years. Life Part 4. Now look at IBB himself. Aged. Mother Nature caught up with Ibrahim Babangida as well. 80 years. Okay. Let's do this. That's why I said I'm going to provoke some of you. Remember General Oladipo Dia. Now, this is your current president. Again, General Muhammadu Buhari, date of birth 17/12/1944. If we consider the date of birth, born the same year as, guess what? General Oladipo Dia. If we look at Oladipo Dia is probably older than your supposed Muhammadu Buhari. They are both 78 years from that date of birth. Yes. I don't know whether it is correct or not. We don't know whether Muhammadu Buhari is the one in Asarok. But look at a 78-year-old man. This is a 78-year-old man born 17th of the 12th month of December 1944. Let's bring back General Oladipo Dia once again. Oladipo Dia. Let's bring him back once again. That's General Oladipo Dia. Two pictures of General Dia. 78-year-old man. 78-year-old man. Your Muhammadu Buhari, 78-year-old man. Your Muhammadu Buhari, 78-year-old man. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, 80 years old. Then I did this. General Oladipo Dia, 78 years old. Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, IBB, 78-year-old. Look at the pictures. 80 years old. And in the middle in green frame, 78-year-old Muhammadu Buhari. This is why I said I am going to provoke each and every one of you to action today. "78-year-old Oladipo Dia, 78-year-old Muhammadu Buhari in the middle, 80 years old Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida." What's wrong? Maybe you're not seeing what I am seeing. Let's go a little bit further. 75-year-old Atiku, born 25th November 1946. '79-year-old Muhammadu Buhari, born 12th December 1942 in the middle. And then in the blue frame, 69-year-old Bola Ahmed Tinubu, born 29th of March 1952. Your Buhari, a 79-year-old man, is looking much more fresher than Jagaban of Bodilon. Looking far much younger than 75-year-old Atiku Abubakar. Maybe you are not seeing what I'm seeing. Maybe you are not seeing what I am seeing. That's why I said you all will be provoked to action. Yes, you will. If you're just joining us, you're welcome to the stream. Episode 164 of The Bleeding Edge is exactly what we are treating this great day. Yes, episode 164 of The Bleeding Edge. Welcome to the stream. Yes, episode 164 of The Bleeding Edge is exactly what we are treating today. Protocol breaker. You said the batteries is from China. Esther Iwituga, a very good evening. You're watching the live stream this time on YouTube. Yes, I'm streaming simultaneously onto all the feeds, LinkedIn, Twitter. Yes, simultaneously. Yeah, I'm live on LinkedIn as well. You can easily connect with me as well on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Guys, are you all seeing exactly what I am seeing myself? Okay. Beyond the headlines this time, I want to ask you before I take you through to the next level where you will desperately be provoked. Can I ask some of you that are currently on the stream this very tough question? Can a blessing be a curse? I'd like to know before I begin to dig deep. Can a blessing be a curse? I need answer from someone. Because I want to interact with you first of all. Blessing, can it also be a curse? This is going to lead us into somewhere far, far more superior. Blessing, can it also be a curse? Okay, many of you are mute because you don't know exactly where I want to go. What about some of us that do go? What about those that goes to church all the time? If you're a church goer, can blessing be a curse? And those that go to the mosque as well, blessing, can it be a curse? There are many instances in the Holy Bible where blessing became curse. Bob Uni, let me post your comment. Blessings and curses are different. Why are they different? The question is, can a blessing be a curse? And I'll explain to you. Okay. For those that are resident abroad, protocol breaker, we're coming there. Yeah, you've not been following the few couple of streams that I've chunked out. You said, sir, do you think there will be an election next year? We're still going to go into that. Blessing. Can a blessing be a curse? Okay, let me explain to you. And I want you to picture location 9, Nigeria, behind you, in your brain. Put that nation called Nigeria in your brain. That's why I ask that leading question. Can a blessing be a curse? See, once a person gets a windfall, the moment an unexpected money is windfall or fortune bounces on you, you were not expecting it, you were not prepared for it, but the moment that windfall come straight to you unexpectedly, that means you don't need to labor any further for what you had already received. Yes. Consider yourselves. Put yourself, if you live in England, for instance, and you pop £2.50 into the Euro Million lottery, and maybe it's been rolling over, and when it got to £150 million, then you cleared the whole jackpot. You were lucky your number was the one that was drawn that day, and you were the only winner. You weren't expecting that windfall. That is a great winning. That means you don't have to work for the rest of your life. Now picture Nigeria. But a blessing automatically becomes a curse for that person who cleared that super jackpot of the 150 million pound euro million, if it is misused, that is abused. You see, the winning then become a curse. You can clearly see behind me in the big screen. Look at that shithole called Nigeria. That's why it's like that. Because I want you to be looking at, yes, what's going on, and behind me there. Yeah. Okay, then you might ask me again, what does it mean to be a blessing and a curse? Now, I said picture Nigeria, so we're going to look inward to Nigeria. And this is going to lead us into that part, the portion that I really want you to be provoked. So if we look inward to location 9, Nigeria, the discovery of oil was a blessing. Make no mistakes. The discovery of oil was a blessing. Then it became a burden to many people. And we can now say it is something that is both a benefit and a burden, or that may seem initially beneficial because it was initially beneficial, but also brings unforeseen negative consequences to which. Can you imagine? Go on, very reckless man, said when he was in government. And I continue to say, the blame should start right all the way from Gowon. This was a man who said money was not Nigeria's problem, but how to spend that money. Am I making sense? Am I? That was when we were crossing Jebba Bridge from the north. This was Ilorin. Yes, Ilorin here. You are looking at Ilorin. When we stopped to have a meal. Nigeria, the discovery of oil. Yes, everyone consider it as a blessing. Then it became a curse. Let me now show you this particular. How many of you did geography whilst you were in school? I'm still coming back. How many? Okay. Some of you might be wondering, why is Nigeria blessed? Why? Some of you will be asking. I'm going to show you. Now look at this picture. If you studied geography, you know, I'll explain this to you. You see, you are looking at planet Earth, and inside the planet Earth, there's the crust, there's the mantle, There's the outer core and then the inner core. The inner core is that portion that is even hotter than the sun. Now, look at that center. Let me bring in this next one. And then you will now see why it's still not, it may be not too clear, but let me bring in this next one for you. Now look at this next one. The picture on the right, you'll see it very clearly. In red, you can clearly see Nigeria, location 9, where it is on the map of Africa, on the globe, the position. Now, you can clearly see those 3 lines that run straight across the first picture you first saw, showing the Earth's core. Now, in the middle of that line, that's the equator. The equator is the latitude lines, imaginary latitude line that divide the northern hemisphere from the southern hemisphere. And the line at the top is the Tropic of Cancer, and the one behind is the Tropic of Capricorn. Now, if you look at the equator, the line, you see where that blue arrow is on the right and the blue arrow is on the left. Now, that country where the blue arrow is, to which the imaginary line of the equator run across, that country with that arrow is Angola. Now, based on that equatorial line, now look at where the Earth's crust is. The hottest part inside planet Earth that you and I live. And then Nigeria, that country in red, that life is roasting there at the moment, is just above the equator. Now, when you look very carefully at the position where Nigeria is, maybe that was why God really blessed that nation with whatever you can think of, minerals you can think of on the surface of the planet. Nigeria is right sitting at the center of the Earth's core. You heard. You can clearly see that yourself. Looking straight inside the earth. And then why is Nigeria blessed? Why is that country blessed with not just only oil, everything? You can clearly see that. You see, now, I deliberately did that because now I want to come in here. And this is where that provocation is going to start. Now, I once treated this with you the previous time, and I want to take you back on this journey. So I want you to please sail away with me. I did make mention of blessings and curse. Can a blessing be a curse? If a blessing is not properly managed, if a blessing is not properly managed, then it becomes a curse. I've been asking one tough question for such a long time. Let me show you the question. This question. Who cursed Nigeria? Who cursed Nigeria? Blessing and curse. But who cursed Nigeria? Okay, let's come down this lane. Look at that. You are looking at Dubai in 1991. In 1991, 26 years ago, you are looking at Dubai on the right in 2017. Look at the transformation of United Arab Emirates, Dubai in 1991 to 2017. Look at that transformation within 26 years. Dubai, 1991. I call this the Dubai experiment. Left, Dubai in 1883. And then right, Dubai in 1954. 71 years apart. Dubai in 1883. The same place. We're comparing the same place. And then Dubai in 1954. Guys, just keep post your comments. It's going to be terrible. Compare 1883 Dubai and 1954 Dubai, 71 years apart. Okay, let's do this. Okay, you are looking at 4 different pictures here. You see, top left, that road is Sheikh Zayed Road in 1990. That road. In 1990. That was that place. And in 2022, that same place you are looking at on the right, 32 years apart. Look at the bottom. The bottom on the left was Dubai Marina in the year 2000. 2000. And in 2022, that same Dubai Marina in the year 2000, is what you're looking in the right. 22 years apart. $22 apart, bottom, and then 32 years apart, top. Remember, can blessing be a curse? Can blessing be a curse? Now, looking through the pinhole camera, through the pigeonhole, and then for me to benchmark whether blessing can be a curse, I have to look back into a country that blessing then became blessing. Multiple dose of blessing. You can clearly see that. See? The same place. Sheikh Zayed Road, 1990, and in 2022, top. The same road that you are looking at, plain desert, became a paradise in 32 years. Dubai Marina in the year 2000, 22 years. 2022, Dubai Marina equally became a paradise. They built everything. Dubai from nothing to something. Let's screw up more. What you are looking again, you are looking at Dubai waterfront in 1954 on the top. Dubai waterfront 1954. That same waterfront I showed you. And then left of the picture was Dubai Marina in the year 2012. And look at Dubai Marina in the year 2022. Between Dubai waterfront and Dubai Marina, look at what development brought 68 years apart. See that? Let's go into this. What about this one? Look at this. Dubai Airport. Dubai Airport, you're looking at. In the 70s. The same 70s that you built your Murtala Mohammed Airport. From a village to a global aviation hub. Left Dubai Airport. Right. Look at how they quickly transform that country. And then look at the inside of the airport. From a hot desert to a global aviation hub. You've heard of Emirates and you've heard of Etihad. Look at this. Dubai downtown before, left of the picture, and then 68 years apart. Look at the huge transformation. From the top left to the ones at the bottom. It was considered, I think this was in 1996, that almost half of the world's crane, the entire cranes around the whole world, half of them were in Dubai. The whole development started. Dubai started developing in, guess what? 1995, 96, 97. Half of all the cranes in the world were already in Dubai in 95, 96, 97. Dubai. Look at that. Dera Clock Tower, 1969. Top left in black and white. They're at the same clock tower. Early 90s. Early 90s. And then look at the same tower at night. And then bottom right. Look at the huge transformation from 1969 to the present moment. (1969). Dubai was looking at Nigeria as a first world that time. Make no mistakes. That was why I asked, can a blessing become a curse? What about this? The one in front of your screen. Again, top left. Dubai World Trade Center in 1980. Can you imagine? 1980, Shehu Shagari, Adisa Akinloye, Joseph Wires, Diebon Yagbolaz, Di Wahab Dosumu, the Alex Ekwemes. They were looting and then stealing, nothing to show for it. 1980. Look at Dubai World Trade Center in 1980. You were all flying to England. They begged you, as at that time, to loan them money. Dubai, yes. Look at Dubai World Trade Center in the 80s. And then the same place you are looking at the top, the Dubai World Trade Center, is exactly what you are looking at the bottom. Huge transformation. Huge transformation. You can clearly see that. And the difference is clear. James Coker, you want to say Mr. Bello? You said Mrs. Bello. The difference is clear. No one does it better. I'm the only one that can do it better. Yeah. World Trade Center. So basically, they came from there in 1991 to there. See, the same spot in 1991, look at the same spot in the year 2000 and then 2021. Bukola Odufadiri, I can see you. How are you? (1991) 2000. The development never stops. Development never stops. Àwọn òyìnbó kan náà, the same white people that you continue to blame, were the ones that helped them build their paradise. The way they've seen the vision. You heard. As we are talking, the Fulani government of Nigeria said they spent 12 billion naira every month feeding. I don't know who they are feeding, but that's what they said they're spending every month. 12 billion naira to feed school children. Ejo, I don't know if those children are in the south or in the north. 12 billion. Taranijo Juan. Good evening. That's why I said I'm here to provoke you to action today. I don't want to go into this one. No. You see, I tagged what you are looking in front of your screen here. This. 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 All this that we've gone through. this. I tagged this from a village to a global aviation hub, hot desert to astronomical first world. Tell me, looking at this clear evidence, looking at this, in fact, mere looking at their police force, is this not astronomical first world order? It is. From this, in 1991, to this. And if we consider, if we look again, look, their trains. The trains, bullet trains. The trains. The inside of the trains. Look at that. They're trains. These are trains, not aircraft. Astronomical first world. From a village, hot desert, to a global aviation hub. Now, Baba Stivo, indeed, they feed 12, they use 12 billion naira every month to feed children. United Arab Emirates, Dubai, from a village to a global aviation hub, hot desert to astronomical first world. Now, lend me your ears, and I want you to please follow me attentively. See, it is on record, make no mistakes, it is on record that the earliest mention of Dubai was recorded in 1095. 1095, I will believe we're talking about 927 years ago, almost 1,000 years. That was the earliest mention of that place called Dubai. And this has been contained in the book of geography by I think Andalusian Arab, who happens to be a geographer. That's why I said, lend me your ears. Record also show that Dubai was a walled city in the early 1800s. We're looking at almost about 222 years ago. Now, I want you to picture, I want you to picture very well. Picture it very well, how life I repeat, how life can be then 222 years ago in the then Arabian desert. This same location. Here we are looking at Dubai of 1991. But picture left of the picture, but picture 222 years ago, how difficult life must have been. In 1800. In 1820, 202 years ago, listen to this, because we're going to bring it back home. That's why I said, can a blessing be a curse? In 1820, Britain negotiated a maritime truce, in other words, deal with some of the local rulers in Dubai, meaning that the trade routes will be open and business could thrive. So Britain, what in ṣe ọrọ̀ ajé tipẹ́tipẹ́, because of the water there. They had no choice because they want to trade. And where there is water on the surface of the globe, water is strength, is power. That is why the North, if we should break apart now, the North will be landlocked, just like Niger. So 202 years ago, the British people negotiated a maritime deal with some of the local rulers, leaders, to open up that hub. So with this maritime activities, interaction with countries from around the world then began. And Dubai became a crucial center for the maritime activity. Now, I started it and I said, can a blessing be a curse? Many still don't know the angle at which I was going to take it. Again, look at the video clip behind me. As you are focusing, you're listening to me, you're looking at me through your screen. Also, continue to look at the filthy state, the terrible state of a nasty piece of a nation called Nigeria. Behind me. Nigeria, from economic powerhouse to a failed state. You heard. Let's do this once again, shall we? Let's listen to Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika once again. Listen to this. Excuse me.
We're forgetting that we need each other. We're forgetting that we need to look out for each other. We're forgetting that except the least of us is taken care of, that the best of us cannot survive. We're forgetting that it's one world and it's a very small world. I've traveled across all the continents, and I can tell you, we need each other. It's such a small world that if we don't learn to love and respect ourselves,
To love
and
and
forget
respect
those things
ourselves,
that we think are important but are actually unimportant, and if we do not have the courage to speak up when we should, then we set every one of us up for trouble. Take a child from every local environment in this world, no matter their tribe, the color of their skin, their language, or where they come from. Put them all in one room, and you would find them as a team, playing together, supporting each other, except you teach them otherwise. They will work together to solve every problem that you give to them. That's what we need to be. We need to go back to being children of the world again. We need to be a people who believe in love, in faith, in kindness, in caring for our neighbors in a way that together we can find the solution of the world. We need to understand that not a single one of us is an island to itself, that every single one of us holds a piece of what is required to build the right world where we can all survive. Whether you're a business person, or you're a career person, or you're someone who is working in whatever field, we have one home and we share it together. We either protect it, we fight for it. In fighting for the world together, we fight for ourselves. In building a better world, we build a better home for every single one of us. In building a better future, we build a future for our children. It's a small world.
It's a small world.
Too small for division.
Too small for division.
To be divided. But more than what some people think is what you think. How you can dare to think and determine what is right, and how you have the courage and the audacity to stand up and fight for what is right.
Stand up for what is right.
How you can look your neighbor in the eye, no matter where they come from.
Yes.
And think of what is in their interest as well as in your interest. How you can remember that no matter how smart you are, you're not smart enough to survive by yourself. No matter how rich you are, your wealth alone cannot keep you alive and keep you safe. That we all need one another, looking out for one another and understanding.
Yes, you are welcome back. If you're just joining us, yes, we are treating this late show, this great morning. Yes, we are right in the middle of the hour between night and day. Episode 164 of the same usual series. Hashtag the Bleeding Edge. Welcome to the stream, Narada Franklin. Yes, Narada, let's post your comment. I know some people are already sleeping. Nigeria, an economic powerhouse to a failed state. Yes, I'm going to go in there now. Thank you for that prayers, Narada Franklin. Yes, Nigeria, from economic powerhouse to a failed state. There's no question about it. That Nigeria is not a failed state. No question. See, when you look at this, when you look at that, 62 years misrule from the United Kingdom, I have no doubt what I am doing as part of my own contribution is to present that needed information and argument to break up Nigeria immediately. Electricity on a 24/7 basis, 2015 campaign promise. We will defeat Boko Haram. Stone us if we fail after 2 years. Yes, Nigeria, from economic powerhouse to a failed state. Nigerians, the only way to have steady light and fuel is to remove Goodluck Jonathan, and I promise you in 6 months Nigeria will be swimming in crude oil and fuel. Buhari will pay you 5,000 naira monthly for being jobless. Our youths will be gainfully employed with our 3 million jobs a year. Bola Tinubu 2014. What lies is he going to come up? Now he's now telling you that he will make Nigeria like Dubai in 2023. Who is fooling who? Is this not monkey business? What about this? 2014. Yep. See, when you begin to look at this, you remember that? That was the remains of the late Delegiwa. Are you not a failed state? This was way back in the 80s. The remains of his battered body when Africa recorded its first letter bomb. Ask the director of military intelligence at the time how that happened. And you got this. All what they care about is to steal and to loot. And they've been stealing and they've been looting since the first political dispensation, right all the way from 1960. When you say this, your CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, spending 58.6 billion naira to print the naira note worth 2.5 billion in 2020. So 56.1 billion naira was wasted. You want to print 2.5 billion naira, and then you spent 58.6 billion. Remember Mrs. Awushika's tape. Stand up for your right. Love and respect one another. Did this Godwin Emefiele, who equally wants to go and then say, oh, I want to be the president of a shithole country. If this man love that country, if that country is genuinely a nation and they're running it properly, please explain why you spent 58.6 billion naira just to print 2.5 billion naira in note. That's why I said I'm going to provoke some of you to action. See that? Arewa Alliance for Godwin Emefiele 2023. Shithole country. Lord God, help me. Help me. You are shithole when you get this. In the 70s, how Obasanjo spent 61 billion naira of your crude oil money to free South Africa and others from apartheid. And again, in 1999, 60 billion US dollars wasted on electricity. Nothing to show for it. Ladies and gentlemen, my heart bleeds inside when I continue to see things that you are not really looking at, and you are afraid to talk on that Goodluck Ebele Jonathan when he was ruling at the time. Under him, Nigeria earned 51 trillion naira from crude oil, and that was part of the 96.212 trillion naira Nigeria earned in 58 years of crude oil sale. Many of you were not looking at the sums, the figures that continue to make my heart bleed. See? As opposed to what? As opposed to this. See, Dubai in 1990, that same place in 1990, the desert, the hot desert, you are looking at in 2012. Look at the transformation. And in 2016, the same place. And then 2021. See? Compare that with this one. Abuja in 1990 was, look, I'm trying to actually bring this to your notice. As we've benched Mac, Dubai Look at Abuja in 1990, the same Abuja in 2012, Abuja in 2016, and then Abuja in 2021. Abuja in 2021. Dubai Police Force. Their police force very big transformation for a country that was a Lilliputian in 1990 and then became a first world. Their police force. That is your police force. And that was Lagos, University of Lagos in 1960. Look at. I'm going to leave that picture right there. Nigeria, from economic powerhouse to a failed state. Remember, the maritime activities in Dubai that the British consulted with all the local leaders, and they then open up that part of the world for maritime activities. 202 years ago. Nigeria was first discovered in 1472, 550 years ago, by researchers from Portugal who were seeking a sea route to Africa, just like the British did in Dubai. This will interest Narada Franklin. Before European colonization, 4 main kingdoms were predominant. There was nothing called Nigeria, but there were 4 main kingdoms. Borno Hausa Kingdom in the north. Borno is one, Hausa another one, underscore, no Fulani Kingdom. Borno Kingdom in the northeast and Hausa Kingdom in central, in the north. And then 2, Benin Kingdom, the Edo people. And then 3, the Oyo Kingdom in the south. Now, each of these kingdoms had their own unique artistic, cultural, and agricultural traditions. They also existed as separate countries of their own. Borno was a country of its own. Hausa was a country of its own. Benin Empire was a country of its own. Oyo Empire was equally a country of its own. To which you and I, Omo Yoruba, we were one. So the guests from Portugal, seeking a trade route to Asia, organized trade with the local population. And this gradually developed into a full-scale slave trade. Let me bring this back so that you can see the screen and you can see my face. And behind me, you can clearly see the shithole called Nigeria running in the background. Yes, because I'm streaming late into the wee hours in London, so I can see quite a lot of you Americans. Yeah, because of the time difference. Yeah, so those guests from Portugal organized a trade that later developed into a full-scale slave trade. So as a result of that slave trade, again, make no mistakes, slave and trade. Some of your four generations, our four generations that were greedy bastards, they collected money. The Portuguese that first landed, that period in question, in 1472, 550 years ago, they gave some people money to get rid, to sell their own people. Mrs. Ibukunwawoshika said, love and respect. And do you honestly think those four forefathers of ours love and respect their own people? The answer is no. So as a result, more than 3.5 million black people were turned into slaves and exported, mainly to America. Don't forget, we're talking about 550 years ago today. And now, rather than them coming for us now, you and myself and many of the current generation are the ones now using your own money. They will even borrow, and then they will go through some of the most treacherous journey through the Sahara Desert, hoping they'll be able to cross the Mediterranean, to which many lives were lost at sea. Now, exactly 125 years ago, in 1897, Nigeria received its present name, when subsequently Africa was actively colonized. So after slavery, colonization. Okay, let's go back a few steps, if we may. Remember in 1820, 212 years ago, Britain negotiated a maritime deal with the local rulers of Dubai to open up trade routes so businesses could thrive and business activities could flourish. This world, like I first made it known on Ayogundimu's show, maybe I think this was in 2013 or 2014, when I was trying to convince all of you not to make the same mistakes in 2015, to get back a fake, dodgy, latex silicon Muhammadu Buhari back to power. This world is about the control of land, resources, and its people. Those three things. "202 years ago, the same thing they did in Dubai. Nigeria received its name in 1897. 1897, 77 years after Dubai's maritime deal with Britain in 1820. No, I have. Would you, Baba T? Do you want to join the live stream? I can send you a code, and you can easily come in, and we can stream together. Yeah, just send me your. Yeah, just on the WhatsApp. Send your number there, and I will send you a code, and you can come in. Yeah, just send me a text message on that WhatsApp number there, and I can easily just send you a code, and you can come in into the studio, and we can stream together. And when you're coming, just make sure that you've got your earpiece on. If you want to contribute, yeah, do that. And I'll be looking out for your. I'll be looking out for it. Yeah, I will. You can join me on the live stream, but I cannot make the studio's invite available on the stream. That would be very, very dangerous. But I can send it privately to you, even if it is your email. If you send me an email, I can even pop it straight into your email, and you can join me in the studio. Yeah. And it will just get you straight into the studio. Yeah. See, this live stream is about Dubai, UAE. From a desert village, a village in the desert, to global aviation hub. From hot desert to astronomical first world. The whole idea is to benchmark the successful story of a country with a visionary leader and a man that's got a spectacular world-class idea of how he wants his country to be, and a man who loves his own people. Mrs. Ibukun Awoshika said, love and respect. Maybe we should listen to her once again. Let's do that, shall we? We need each other.
We're forgetting that we need each other. We're forgetting that we need to look out for each other. We're forgetting that except the least of us is taken care of, that the best of us cannot survive. We're forgetting that it's one world and it's a very small world. I've traveled across all the continents, and I can tell you, we need each other. It's such a small world that if we don't learn to love and respect ourselves and forget those things that we think are important but are actually unimportant, and if we do not have the courage to speak up when we should, then we set every one of us up for trouble. Take a child from every local environment in this world, no matter their tribe, the color of their skin, their language, or where they come from. Put them all in one room and you would find them as a team, playing together, supporting each other, except you teach them otherwise. They will work together to solve every problem that you give to them. That's what we need to be. We need to go back to being children of the world again. We need to be a people who believe in love, in faith, in kindness, in caring for our neighbors in a way that together we can find the solution of the world. We need to understand that not a single one of us is an island to itself, that every single one of us holds a piece of what is required to build the right world where we can all survive. Whether you're a business person, or you're a career person, or you're someone who is working in whatever field, we have one home and we share it together. We either protect it, we fight for it. In fighting for the world together, we fight for ourselves. In building a better world, we build a better home for every single one of us. In building a better future, we build a future for our children. It's a small world. It's too small for divisions. It's too small to be divided. But more than what some people think is what you think. How you can dare to think and determine what is right, and how you have the courage and the audacity to stand up and fight for what is right.
Correct.
How you can look your neighbor in the eye no matter where they come from and think of what is in their interest as well as in your interest. How you can remember that no matter how smart you are, you're not smart enough to survive by yourself. No matter how rich you are, your wealth alone cannot keep you alive.
Your wealth alone cannot keep you alive. Bola Tinubu, please learn from Mrs. Awoshika's statement. Yeah. Some of you may be wondering, when was Dubai founded? Who owns Dubai? Was Dubai a British colony? Did the British rule United Arab Emirates? Why did the British leave United Arab Emirates if they ruled? When did Dubai discover oil? I will try as much as possible to clear these questions for you. See, leading question. Bolatito Adenito, good morning. Yeah, Baba T and Narada Franklin, you've been very active. Narada Franklin, 2023 will never be, as the Fulani cabals are finalizing the blueprint, a bloodbath for the great reset of a country formerly known as Nigeria. Narada Franklin. I'm still coming here. Yes, Tinubu Loriro. True. Yes. Let me run you through that. Some of you may be wondering, who owns Dubai? When was Dubai founded? Was Dubai a British colony, just like Nigeria was a British colony? If so, did the British rule like they ruled over Nigeria in United Arab Emirates? And when was oil discovered in Dubai? Why did British leave United Arab Emirates? Question 1. When was Dubai founded? Answer. Dubai was founded 9th of June 1833. 189 years ago. Question 2. Who owns Dubai? Answer. Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. Question 3. Was Dubai a British colony? Answer. The success of the area led Sheikh Maktoum to sign an exclusive business deal. Listen, exclusive business deal with the British in 1892, making Dubai a British protectorate, just like Nigeria. And in 1894, Dubai was granted full tax exemption from all foreign trade. The British, the French, they've been at it a long, long time. Moving from one end of the world to the other through sea. Question 4. Did the British rule United Arab Emirates? Answer. They rule the trucial states. These trucial states are those smaller states such as Abu Dhabi and the rest of them. Remained, yes, the rule. And all those smaller states such as Abu Dhabi and the rest of them, all of them that made up United Arab Emirates, the British rule, and it was an informal British protectorate, just like Nigeria. Guess what? Until the treaties were revoked 1st of December 1971. You got independence in 1960. But the British were still on ground in UAE until 1971. And the moment the treaties were revoked, the following day, 6 of the Sheikh kingdoms, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Ajman, Al and I don't know how to pronounce that. Al Quain, whether it is Quain, and Fujairah, they all formed the United Arab Emirates. The 7th one, Ras Al Kahima, joined the rest of the group 10th of February 1972. Now, I started with, can a blessing equally be a curse? Who was ruling in Nigeria in 1972? Who? Question 5. Why did the British leave UAE? Answer. By then, Britain's imperial overreach was exhausted politically and bankrupt financially. Because many of those colonies, they've started gaining their independence. So Britain was at the point of being bankrupt. And they could not carry on with managing United Arab Emirates anymore. So Britain decided in 1971 to abandon Bahrain, Qatar, and all those crucial states such as Abu Dhabi. So all of them, they made up the 7 Emirates. Question 6. When was oil discovered in Dubai? Answer. Oil was first discovered in Dubai. Guess what? In 1966. 1966, and production started in 1970. 1970. The major turning point in the history and fortune of Dubai was the discovery of oil in 1966. Remember when I said, can a blessing become a curse? Now, Qatar and Dubai, these two kingdoms jointly created a new currency called the Rial after the devaluation of the Persian Gulf rupee, which the Indians, they've assisted them. The Indians issued them with their assistance, and it was being run by the government of India. So Qatar and Dubai then jointly created a new currency of their own. This new currency enabled Dubai, due to the discovery of oil, to expand and grow very rapidly. And once the first shipment of oil was made in 1969, this changed the entire fortune for Dubai as an autonomous state. And then Dubai was secured. And its ability to dictate policy in later years to the other United Arab Emirates and everything, they cemented all their deal through that. Okay, you've sent it. Oh, you've sent your email. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Where are you? Let me see. Okay, where is your email? Babati. Send your email onto that WhatsApp. I want to get you into the studio. Send it onto that WhatsApp and I'll get you straight into the studio and you can stream live with me. I have the WhatsApp is right opened in front of my workstation. And I don't want to I don't want to procrastinate my email live online. Send it and I will send you a link straight away to the studio, Babati. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me do it this way. Email me. Let me do it this way. Okay, you are watching it on YouTube. Let me see if, let me go onto YouTube. Let me go onto my stream on YouTube and see, maybe, yeah. Okay, yes, I can see my stream on YouTube. So let me see. I will have to, okay, yes, yeah, I'm going to, yeah. Okay, you're watching it on YouTube, Babati. Okay, let me do it this way. Since you're watching it on YouTube, let me, yeah, that's my email. Email me now, Babati, and I will. My email is there. Yeah, I've gone on to YouTube. So email me, and then yeah, if you email me, I'll send it to you right away. I'm watching out for it on my email. You've got my email. And in the meantime, okay, you just did. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me refresh the screen. It shouldn't take any time. Okay, that's it. I got it. I got your email now, Baba T. Okay, now let me get you to the studio. Okay, and reply. Okay. When you're coming in, just make sure you have your earpiece with you. Yeah. Yes, and I've done that. Just click on that link, and the link will get you straight into the studio. And the moment you coming into the studio, I will see you. Okay, whilst I were preparing for Baba T to join me in the studio, let me take you through some of this. These are hard times. Wallahi, hard times. Now, let me quickly go into this. Okay, I think yes. There you are. Okay, there you are. I'm not seeing your picture anyway. You don't. Okay, I've got Baba T here with us, and here,
All right, can you
Baba
hear me?
T. Yes,
All right, good evening.
yes. Good evening, Baba T.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mr. Frank.
Yes,
Thank you for having me on your show,
yes. You're
and
welcome.
and everybody across the world watching your program.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Um, uh, just want to make you feel comfortable.
Yeah, go on.
I think I'm getting a feedback on my. Okay, hold
Your,
on.
yeah, just use your earpiece. That's why I said use your earpiece. And make sure that if you're listening to the stream on any device, make sure it is completely turned to zero. Otherwise, it will be echoing.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you properly.
Oh, okay. That way. Okay, because I was hearing myself speak. What about
Yeah,
now?
you have to tune. If you're watching it from another device, make sure the other device is completely zero volume. And then you just focus on this one.
Okay. All right. I think I get it. All right. Thanks for having me again. Yeah, I was just I didn't really want to pay any attention to the elections before until our uncle decided to join in Oshibajo, and that kind of rekindled my interest again in in the in in that election. So when they interviewed, I mean, asked Tinubu a question about in regards to his so-called son running for office.
Yes, Godson.
And he said, no son of mine is good enough. And the next day, somebody from Osibajo's camp, made a statement saying that, he was just implying that Osibajo is more healthy. I'm like, wait a minute, Osibajo is 65 years old. You're making him look like he's a 40-year-old man. He's also, if you're gonna make an ageist joke, be careful. It's just 5 years age difference. You know, no, they're making him like he's one youth that just running like a show, or he's an older guy too. But then Fayemi wants to run as well. I think that Fayemi space has already been occupied by Oshibajo. I don't even know why Fayemi is running, to be honest with you. I don't know why he's. But this is my concern, though.
Yes.
If you have the three dark horses from the southwest, Tinubu, Fayemi, and Oshibajo, let's assume that the three people running. They split the vote.
Fayoshe is there too.
No, I'm speaking like as an APC person.
Okay, you are talking from the APC side.
The APC. As an APC. Doesn't that then mean that whoever wins has to be the one that is most appealing to the north within the APC space? Which to me will be Oshibajo, because Fayemi is a very opinionated person, is a very strong individual. Tinubu is kind of like a bully. But Oshibajo is like more like a tender teddy bear that can, massage, control a little bit. So, it's kind of like, I don't know if Tinubu is playing this on purpose or I'm not sure yet. But Oshibajo is looking like he might get the ticket the way it's going. But I told somebody the other day, I said, how I think it's better if he finds a way to have Tinubu step down, because he knows where all the dead bodies are buried. If he really wants to go dirty, he wants to go nuclear. He knows where, if you know what I mean from legal, he knows where all those illegal bodies are buried if he really wants to play dirty. So him sending those guys out to come out and make those ridiculous statements, I think he's just testing the waters to see how dirty Tinubu wants to play it. Like, let me just send these people out to make these ageist jokes, these health issues jokes. Let's see how we respond. And I feel like if he goes nuclear on Tinubu, that tag of Judas might stick on him. And he might not serve him in the general elections if he gets it. That's my own take on it. I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah. You were on David Hamilton's show that we streamed together a few days.
Right. I called him one time.
All right. Now, I think Adejare too said he wants to join us on the stream. Okay, Adejare, do you want to inbox me your number or your email? My email is still there in the interim, so I don't know how you want to do it. Adejare, I'll be willing to send you. I'm more than pleased to send you the link as well. Yes, Adejare, let me post your comment. You said, I told you guys to sell Nigeria to China 5 years ago, and you all laughed. Who is laughing now? Oga Frank. Yes, I think Adejare, you were right. You were on that stream that moment when I said they should hand over Nigeria back to the British, that they have failed woefully. And you said, no, they should sell it to China. Yes. Let me know how you want to join the stream. Yes, Babati, whilst I am there, let me see if yes, I'll do this in case Adegoke Adejare email me as well to send them a link. So maybe I have to set up a dedicated email for the stream as well. Yes. So Babati, 2 years ago, Bola Ahmed Tinubu commissioned one of the top PR firm in Lagos to carry out an in-depth research into the popularity of Yemi Osinbajo as a presidential candidate, to test the waters. And the outcome of the research that was handed to Bola Tinubu after the research was that yes, he's very popular, and obviously the Fulanis, they've tested him. He's kept many secrets away from the common people, and the secret, I've actually outlined part of that secret. And because he's been obedient and he never said nothing, the Fulanis are comfortable with him. Now, IBB gave you guys a coded message sometime when he said Yemi Osinbajo is a good product for 2023. Let me tell you something. Anybody from the South that the North are not comfortable with, it's not going to get there. Now, I have a problem. And the problem here is whether it is Yemi Osinbajo or no Yemi Osinbajo or any Southerner that gets that nod. That Southerner will still be sworn in on that decapitated 1999 Constitution. It's a fraud. And if any of them should become the president, then they will tell you, oh, what I swore an oath to is to defend Nigeria, not to break. For me, I've made it known time after time, I am not interested in any of those presidential candidates. I am not interested in 2023 general election. No, it is a no area for me. Rather than conduct that election, let them throw in a referendum. Okay, and okay. If you remember very well, Babati, Bola Tinubu will be dealt with. Bola Tinubu will seriously be dealt with. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. And because he's not going to get it, the rough fight that Bola Tinubu will then come up with, because they know that Bola Tinubu is dangerous as well. The rough fight, if he doesn't get it, is this. He can then say, oh, call Pa Ayuade Banjo to say, well, let's go for a Yoruba nation.
Okay, because that was what I was going to ask you. Because all of a sudden, Shore is getting released. Kano might be released in the next few days. Sunday Go is talking about coming back to Nigeria, all in the same month.
He will. You know, I've been hammering on this, but I don't know whether it might be too late for Bola Tinubu then to join us in our campaign for a Yoruba nation. But I saw it coming, and because I saw this about a year ago, I've been advising some of those that are very close to Bola Ahmed Tinubu that are my friends here in London to go tell him to come and join us. He doesn't have to join us and make it public. But behind the closed doors, if the people that matters in Yoruba land are aware, but yes, so abẹ́lẹ̀ lèmi tí mo ti ń ṣe ti tèmi ni o, kó dẹ̀ máa bá wọn dine, kó máa bá wọn jẹun l'Abuja, kó máa bá wọn gbọ́, because these people, listen, Babati, some of Bola Tinubu's utterances in the past, such as, I don't believe in one Nigeria, is going to haunt him. Mm-hmm. It is in public domain. In this day, it is record for life.
So they think that is his actual position. He's just faking it to get the presidency.
Number one, the North are aware of Bola Tinubu's terrible dealings in Lagos. The North are not stupid.
Yeah, because I'm this sudden NWC thing. I think it's more like a Buhari-led charge to destabilize those so-called thugs in the transportation sector in Lagos. Because I'm like, this has federal.
That is because that, number one, they want to make sure that they dislocated Bola Tinubu completely from Lagos, because Bola Tinubu's power is Lagos. His main source of power is Lagos. And the moment Lagos is dislocated, Bola Tinubu is finished. So Bola Tinubu is finished. And the two people in Lagos that Abuja will hunt down, number one, MC Oluomo, and then followed by Wasiu Ayinde. Those two. Now, the Hausa Fulanis, the way Bola Tinubu milked Lagos, steal everything away from Lagos, the Fulanis know for sure that that is exactly what he's coming to do the moment he gets there. Nigeria will then become, just like Lagos is the property of Bola Tinubu right now. Hell knows, the Fulanis are so smart. They won't give him that chance. Bola Tinubu, or what he should have done, was to fight and to secure the interest of Yoruba land. But did Bola Tinubu love the Yoruba people the way Yorubas want to die for the same man? He doesn't. Dr. Miles Monroe, may he so rest in peace, in one of his sermons, he said, politicians are not interested in you. They are not interested in your children. If any of them come to your door, ask that politician, what arrangements have you got in store for my children? And the politician will run away from you. Because the moment an election is won, a politician is thinking about the next general election. The next election is what they are thinking about. When was 2019?
Okay, so you don't believe that? I mean, of course, you've said that numerous times that you don't believe in an election, and I do agree with you. But if there were to be an election, what would be your position?
There won't be any election.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying if there were to be an election.
Let me tell you exactly what's going to happen. What is going to happen is that they want to protect the ghost image of whosoever is inside Asorok. And the plan right now look at it this way, Babati. You said you've got a president. Has he ever addressed the nation concerning the Kaduna Abuja rail blast, bomb blast? No. Have you asked yourselves, what is Aisha Buhari doing in Dubai that was a desert in 1990? Now a first world. She's resident in Dubai, and the husband is the president in Nigeria. What's she doing there?
Well, I think you mentioned something close to we might have a coup.
Yes.
That was suggested that, or we might have a transition government like a Sunak kind of thing, where we have
No. It is a coup. It is a coup. And you would think it is an ordinary coup, but it is not an ordinary coup. Jihadist, Islamic
do you think
jihadist.
Do you think where military might take over the federal government, but they still have allow people to run for election in the states?
If you see, this military that is coming, that you said it is coming, it is not military. It is not military. Bandits are the one. ISWAP and Boko Haram will plant their flag right inside Abuja.
Wait. Let me clarify that. That was so. If this so-called bandits, they are actually terrorists. The bandits just but this let's just use bandits. If this bandits overrun Abuja, because they have Boko Haram sympathizers in the government anyways, so that makes it easier for them to do what they want to do. But if they overrun the government and they appoint somebody in the military to be in charge of the country, then you're not only looking at a coup, you're looking at it some more of a religious takeover.
Correct.
Because it's going to have an element of Islamic jihadism in it.
Correct.
So it's like declaring that we have officially taken over of Nigeria as an official Islamic sect country. That's
correct.
That would be the indication of that.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for a particular tape that I want to play you. Just listen to it.
That is very James Cooper said, like Afghanistan, exactly. So what would my Yoruba Muslims be saying in that one?
To be very honest with you, Babati, it is coming. It is on the horizon.
I mean, there are indications that is inevitable, anyways. But
Yes.
I was not seeing it from that angle. I was just seeing it from the military angle. I didn't factor the religious aspect of that, which might gather enough support in the southwest, anyways. Yeah.
I'm just looking for that for the, oh Lord, where did I put it? I want to play it. Hold on, Babati. Anyway, it is still, you're already approaching night time in the States, isn't it?
Yeah, by 8:30.
Okay, that's fine. Imagine I'm still streaming here in London. Okay, I think let me check this other file. Hang on, I want to play this. I remember I worked on that video sometime. Let me check this live stream video folder. No, it is not there. So it should ideally be inside. Oh God. Hold on, Babati. I will look for it now. MP4 export files. I think it should be here. Bandits in Nigeria. Okay, Okay, let me see. It could be this one, actually. Let me see this one. Let me see. I think it is this one. Yeah, this is the one. They helped cult Nigeria.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention. Kawu Baraje Alhaji was a leading chieftain of the APC, and he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed.
The same Baraje and Saraki.
How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
Did you hear that?
I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence. Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Kawu
That's
Baraje.
number one. Number two, Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land
Hear that?
for Fulanis in your state. Public statement. Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station
Listen to that.
in collaboration with Miyetti Allah, where Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication. Now, interestingly, you asked me for facts. We have it on the authority of the Ondo State government that the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State led the criminal suspect gang that killed Parafa Sharanti's daughter.
Hear that?
But that was more like a targeted attack, not a coincidence.
That is on the authority of the Ondo State government. And they have been arrested. And the leader of the gang is the PRO of Miyetti Allah in Ondo State. We have it on the authority of the Nigerian police that a herdsman was arrested with a military rifle in Plateau State. I have the number of the rifle.
The number of the rifle.
I can send it to you by SMS. I just need to check my records. I have the rifle number.
From the Nigerian army.
We have it on the authority of retired Colonel Inyam that the Fulani herdsmen repelled in Ogoja were using Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity, and that the soldiers came to collect
Did you hear that?
the rifles back. Now, who is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Who should be responsible for the activities of these armed forces? We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. Danjuma has commanded these forces. We have it on the authority of General Danjuma that the armed forces are conniving with the bandits that are killing citizens.
Did you hear that?
How much more evidence do you want? How much more evidence? We have hard physical evidence. We have testimonies from relevant authorities. How much more evidence do you want to know that the ruling party, that the APC, is the sponsor of insecurity and terrorism? How much more evidence? I don't need any more evidence. I am 1000% convinced, and nobody has contrary evidence. The APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
That is damning. For the fact that the Nigerian government sponsored terrorism has finally been institutionalized under this Buhari's regime.
I forgot one point. The trial in Dubai. The trial in Dubai, where some Nigerians were convicted for terrorism financing in Nigeria. The published report said that they were traced to people high up in government. So how much more evidence do we need? All the evidence is out there.
Babati.
I'm here. Hello?
Yes, Babati.
Yeah, but you know, like what you posted is interesting. But we always thought they were just like being used for elections and for terrorism. But we didn't know that it was that deep to the point where you just spoke of, where they will actually be planning a religious coup. Let me use that word, religious, because I always thought of coup, but I didn't see the religious part of it. So we are pretty much heading towards like Afghanistan, like that.
Sort of, in a way, yes, sort of, in a way. Now, you've obviously heard that, Babati. Now, look at it this way. The killings, left, right, and center, and you think you have a president. No, I don't think you have a president. The president died, and this is exactly what. Let me show you this, Babati. I've got too many evidence that I can use and use and use and use. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I hope you can see the screen very clearly. Let me post it. Yes, look at that. Okay? Now, here you are looking at three of the northerners that died in office. Murtala Muhammad, Sani Abacha, Umaru Yar'Adua. The North said it emphatically that this time around they will do everything possible to make sure that their term is not shortchanged. They were not happy with Umaru Yar'Adua that died in office in their own time. and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan had to complete that term. What Ebele should have done that period in 2011, like I advised, was conduct one of the most credible elections and stay clear. Give it back to them. But absolute power corrupts. Now, look at the Muhammadu Buhari that I tagged question mark. I've presented to you 4 different faces of the same Muhammadu Buhari. The time his sickness took its toll, and I've proven it as well. Obasanjo knew, Babangida knew, Bola Tinubu knew, Danjuma knew. All these power stakeholders, they know the secret inside Aso Rock. Pastor Adeboye went in at some point in time when everyone thought that Oshibajo had been killed. Whereas Oshibajo was locked up. As at that time, his wife, Oshibajo's wife, was crying foul too, that the cabal did not want him to see the husband. Pastor Adeboye went, and when this man came out, he said, "What my eyes see, I cannot tell." The Oba of Benin paid a royal visit also to Aso Rock. When Oba of Benin was addressing your president, the press covered it. The moment it was the turn for your president to reply Oba of Benin, all the journalists were driven out. You didn't know about this. Now, plus everything I have been saying, based on some of the hardcore evidence I've been presenting these people for such a long time about this same fake, dodgy latex Muhammadu Buhari. Wallahi.
Okay, so the question is, if the so-called powerful people in the country know about this secret, so what's the point of this so-called campaign for ticket and primaries then?
They're just they're fooling you guys. They're fooling you. They know exactly what they're going to do. They're fooling you. They are fooling everyone. Thank you, James Coker. James Coker said, and I'll post James Coker's comment, Obadiah Mailafia said it already. Why did you think they killed Obadiah? He was killed. They know exactly what they are doing.
Okay. So like,
there won't be any election. There won't be any election in 2023.
Okay. So because when you said religious takeover coup, so in what just try to look in the future for a second. If there's a religious military coup takeover, what would Nigeria then shape to be for the next 3 to 5 years then? Let's say okay, you have your flag in Aso Rock, and they declare their jihad or whatever. Of course, they if they're smart, they know they're going to be some kind of retaliation. Of course, even within the military.
The military won't retaliate because they are part and parcel of them. That was exactly what that guy was saying. That the military, the gun. He said he's got the serial number. The military are conniving with the bandits.
No, I'm saying that they will expect that the South might, revolt. So of course they already have plans in the South that we don't know about. They only have to ensure that their takeover is effective, of course. So that's why I was asking you, what do you think Nigeria will shape to be?
What will happen is that the moment they've taken over Abuja, they will run everybody down, aground, straight away. Why did you think? Look, the Taliban's are already on ground. Why did you think, of all countries in the world, your fake dodgy Asorok gave the Taliban $1 million? $1 million. So you don't need that $1 million to look after your own people in your own country. Taliban, for that matter, after they took over from Afghanistan, Islamic jihadist. What are they trying to say? They are in support of a jihadist nation. James Coker said he doesn't care, that Lagos is prepared for now. See,
how is Lagos prepared?
I'm not too sure whether James Coker is referring to MC Oluomo, but I don't really see MC Oluomo as MC Oluomo is just a Bola Tinubu's thug, and
it's going to be a cash out to war soon. I mean, if he's smart enough, he should have seen the hands on the wall. If he's a smart guy, I believe he is. He should know this is not a state issue. This is more like
what I think what is going to happen eventually. I predicted that Bola Tinubu, some Yoruba people should not underestimate the fact that Bola Tinubu can decide in the very, very near future. You see, the Northerners, they are using a delay tactics as well. Because
so you think they know where this is swinging to, that there might be a revolt in the Southwest?
That is it. You see, the Southwest is holding a key role in the formation of Nigeria. Now, the Southeast is equally dancing with the Southwest. The North cannot even go near Southeast anyway. The North won't dare go to Southeast because they are wounded lions. And let me tell you exactly, the Igbo people, they've made it clear that they are insisting on an Igbo presidency. Failure to give them a proper Igbo presidency, not the Rotimi Amechi. Rotimi Amechi is not an Igbo man. He's a Kalabari man. He's a River State man. He's not an Igbo man. He's only deceiving people to say he's an Igbo man. Now that this is now coming, before he said he wasn't Igbo, when Nnamdi Kanu was bashing each and every one of them. Igbo people want authentic Igbo candidacy, and if that is not met, you see, both APC and PDP, you just seeing Yoruba people saying or declaring Rocha Sokorocha, that one to declare, but that one is not even going to go anywhere. But
nobody even remembers he declared.
Oh, he said his uncle, he's calling Bola Tinubu his uncle, my big uncle. Listen, both APC and PDP, they are living on a timed bomb. If the APC should bring in, you see, they are stuck because Bola Tinubu Oshibajo. And sometime last year, I did stream as well, Babati. And I said, will Oshibajo betray Tinubu? Will Gbajabiamila join Oshibajo too? Fashola, will you betray Bola Tinubu? All of these people, they will betray Bola Tinubu because they will go where power swings. Where power swings is where they will go. APC is afraid to say, oh, this is their presidential candidate that will come from the southwest. They cannot do, because if they do in the southwest, they are finished. Because the likes of Aregbesola, Fashola, Fayemi, they won't take no for an answer. They won't take no for an answer. And in the PDP camp, the North are already confused because Atiku is bent on picking it. Now, if they produce either Atiku or Bukola Saraki, that thief, that rogue too, then the Southeast will revenge and then said, okay, then the Southwest will then come and then say, okay, because if you remember, Yerima Shetima said it is either a North candidate or the North will break Nigeria up. And I said, please, let they break it up. Break it up, you see. But there may be Babati, there may be no Nigeria in 2023, believe me.
But at what cost? Because I was reading James Coker's post that West don't care for now. Lagos is ready. I'm like, I don't know if they. What are they? Do they have some armory I don't know about in Lagos?
Nope. But I can honestly tell you that if they should declare a war now, God forbid, you'll be amazed at very wealthy Yoruba people that will come out and arms will flow through. I don't pray it gets to that stage yet. The problem APC is currently having is they don't know how to deal with Bola Tinubu and Oshibajo collectively. Okay, James Coker, you said, let me post your comment, James Coker. You said Fulani set Southwest in the cities as riderman from Ekiti to Lagos. The North will use terrorists. Yes.
Oh, so it's speaking to the fact that they know who they are.
Yeah.
Like there's under some kind of surveillance or something.
Yes, they not. That is why Buhari is not talking, because that is why this. You see, let me tell you, the reason why Kaduna is very, very important to the terrorist is because Kaduna housed all the military weapons. First Division of the Nigerian Army is in Kaduna, and that's where all the armory is. Now, the other military barracks, such as Ikeja Cantonment and the 2nd Mechanized Division in Ibadan, are no longer existing. They've removed all the arms and they've taken them to the north. No arms in anywhere in the south. They know exactly what they were doing. And the military, I can authoritatively confirm it as well. They are equally in the same sheet with the terrorists. They are the one giving them arms. Yeah, James Coker, Obasanjo in 1999, Ikeja cantonment, you remember, on fire, set ablaze during Obasanjo's period.
No, because I don't mean to sound selfish. We are still Nigerians at the end of the day. But
Well, I am not.
no, 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 no. But you know, my concern, of course, is Yoruba first.
Yes.
Yeah. So I still can't phantom because what you're implying. I know you don't want to say, but I'm going to say it.
Yeah, go
What
on.
you're implying is that it is possible that bombs might be dropping on Lagos,
Correct.
which is very hard for me to figure out. Also, is on. You know, it's just difficult for me to even imagine that.
Yeah. I'm
That's
afraid that is going to happen. I'm afraid it will happen. But in the meantime, they are deceiving Bola Tinubu, but Bola Tinubu cannot read from the hymn sheet that
okay. But if they are deceiving Tinubu, what about Osibajo? Shouldn't he at least know better? I mean, he's
they are
closer to.
they are deceiving him as well. There won't be any 2023.
Do you think OBJ knows about this or not?
OBJ knows, and that was why last year OBJ was in Kaduna because Obasanjo owns one of the biggest farm in Kaduna. And the reason for that trip, while Obasanjo went to Kaduna, he went to see Nasiru El Rufai that nothing must happen to his farm. Yeah. All of them, all of them know. They know who is in Asorok, but they can't talk.
Okay, let's push it a little bit further here.
Yes.
Let's push it a little bit further. Because, you know, out of the blues from nowhere, one pastor that I would never mention his name because God knows how I'm tired of hearing from him, started talking about missing crude oil, setting up, you know, political branch in the church. That was before Osibajo declared for president, anyways.
Yeah.
So when I don't know what he's saying as well, because if he's that committed to that, and you telling me he knows something about it, at least if he has an idea of what's coming, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
Oshiba,
looking at.
Oshiba, let me tell you, Babati. Oshibajo threw in his heart into the ring. And for him to do that, the Fulanis commanded him to do that. Oshibajo act according to the script he's been given to play. If he doesn't stick to it, he can go missing. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. And this is one of those hidden secrets that don't normally get into the public domain, but I get them through the back door, if you know what I mean, as a journalist. An investigative one for that matter. Now, in 2017, yes, immediately when all this problem of Muhammadu Buhari, they can't get access to his office, he can't get access to his office and the rest of it. And things were at a precipitate at the time. Now, Obasanjo called, this is a story through the back door, not through the front entrance, called Yemi Osinbajo to go on a trip, official trip, to either the UK or the United States. Because there was an inside source that they wanted to kill Yemi Osinbajo himself. But before that happened, again, I'm saying it is through the back door. It remained a secret, but it leaked into my own hand. Obasanjo said, go to the UK on an official visit. Maybe you try to improve trade and bilateral relations with either the UK or the US. Get there. Obasanjo advised him to resign and then file for asylum, either in the UK or in the United States. But the cabals got hold of the secret telephone conversation between Osinbajo and OBJ. OBJ does not want him killed because Osinbajo is a goat in the midst of hyenas. So Osinbajo was unable to do that because they caged him completely. No foreign trips. And then just immediately after that, I'm not going to mention this retired military officer. Top retired military officer. A chieftain of the PDP as well. Before the COVID lockdown in 2018, this top retired military officer, also a PDP chieftain, was traveling in between Germany, European Union, the UK, and the United States. I won't mention the name of that top retired naval officer. If not for the lockdown in 2018, there should have been a proper military coup in Nigeria. The lockdown destroyed everything. I was meant to meet with that top retired naval officer PDP chieftain. I've not mentioned any name here because this is a very, very sensitive issue. He was in the UK from Brussels. He flew into the UK. From the UK, he was meant to proceed over straight to Washington. He was the one doing it. Because somebody else who happened to be his own boss will be unable to do it. But the day I was meant to see him here in London, then a call was put through to me to say, oh, listen, away. I've just been called back home. I cannot even go to the US. I have to go back home now. So he left and straight back to location 9. And just immediately after that, then the lockdown. Otherwise, had everything gone according to plan, there should have been a military coup around March, April last year, before the lockdown. Proper military coup.
Would that without the religious aspect, or with
No, without this a proper this. I'm not going to. There are so many top retired military generals behind it.
without
And some top hierarchy in the Nigerian armed forces serving as at that time, such as Buratai, should have been killed. It's a very complex situation. And what is going to happen? That's why, since last year, Babati, you remember I've been saying, will there be any 2023 in Nigeria?
So I mean, question. The way you sounded like it might even be this year. Then.
It is very possible. It is very, very possible, because they want to hide the man behind the closet in Asorok. It will be a big disgrace to many Nigerians to know that they don't really have any president, and that it's a body double acting for them as their president. You think you have a president, and your president is not talking, and they are killing people left, right, and center?
All right. Yeah, this okay. So let's bring it back home. Let's bring it back home.
Yeah.
Southwest.
Southwest, yeah.
What happened to Southwest? You mentioned the bomb, but what is the arrangement in Southwest?
Yeah, what is going to happen eventually is that they don't want to. You see, the North are playing a card game with Bola Tinubu, because Bola Tinubu is the real man they want, that can set things in motion. They know Bola Tinubu can decide to say tomorrow, okay, Yoruba nation. Perhaps they are scared that maybe the collaboration of MC Olu, oh, now you are back. Okay, welcome back home. And then suddenly maybe we'll begin to see, oh, Bola Tinubu will then say, okay, I think I made a mistake. Let's go for our Yoruba nation now. I foresee this will happen. I told Bola Tinubu's right-hand man, my friend, Segun Molade, and I said, it's still coming. Even in Yoruba Nation Now movement, I did say to them in one of our Zoom meetings, I said, you guys, don't be surprised. Bola Tinubu is not going to get the ticket. And if he doesn't get it, Bola Tinubu will say, okay, since I can't get it, okay, let's kuku dabaru bubu everything.
So you're seeing a scenario where we get some of foreign intervention.
Yes. You see,
we have a referendum. Then we have a roundtable talk.
That is
literally.
I don't think there's going to be a referendum. I don't think there's going to be a referendum. Now, let me see if I can find one of Nnamdi Azikiwe's quote on Nigeria breaking up. Let me see. I think I know where it is. Let me go back here. This will remind you that these people, they know for a long time that Zeke, let me see. Is it Nnamdi Azikiwe? Okay, it is not here. Maybe it is. Okay, let me check the bitmap images. Let me see. Okay. me see. Zeke said, and I quote, I'm trying to look for it, that if eventually we break up, we should pray not to break up in pieces, but in whole. Have you came across that
No,
quote?
I haven't.
Huh? Have you?
No.
You haven't? Okay, let me see if I can find it. I know I've got too
It's
many.
fine. But because the reason I brought that up is because um it's one thing to, you just said there probably won't be any referendum. So I don't know how the breakup will be structured, because there still has to be some kind of structure, like, even within the South Nigeria, like, how many divisions are you gonna have? Are you gonna eventually have the Biafra nation, or South South, Southeast, and Kogi and the Kwara? There still has to be some kind of sit down to negotiate.
I think it is very clear. The others, I think the others would probably have to. I know the Middle Belt. There's going to be
And you have
crisis
the
there.
Bini people. What are they going with?
Now, I think one of the Obasekis actually came out, and the Midwest are advocating for their own region too.
See, that's what I'm saying. That when you have confusion of that highest order, even Egba will say they want to leave in. Jebu might even say, you know what, we have what's aside. So at the end of the day,
I think the Southwest are well coordinated. It's just that the problem we have at the moment is that we just don't have only one face as a leader, and that's my worry. Let that one face should bring on board the other Yoruba leaders, unite everybody.
so if you, what name do you have in mind? What do you think can do that job?
Now, the Yoruba agitation has been a one-man band, and the others that this one-man band is supposed to work with, they stepped back and they were just watching all the mess that is being created. From reliable information I gathered, Obasanjo was not equally very pleased, in as much as he's a federal man, but he knows the time has come for us to go our separate ways, because two things can unite a nation, and I've been repeating this time after time: language and religion. If you speak the same language, you are united. The second one, if it is your religion, you are united. The Yorubas, everything under the River Niger, right all the way from the farthest point in Lagos to Lokoja and to Jeba, I've done it. Literally stopping in every part. Babati, I was able to communicate in my mother tongue, Yoruba language, with everyone along the road, on the way, right up to Lokoja and Jeba. Cross Lokoja Bridge or Jeba Bridge to the north. That language is forgotten. It's dead. So, our language has united us a long, long time. In Yoruba land, Muslims don't have problems with Christians. Christians don't have problems with Muslims. Muslims don't have problems with traditionalists. Christians don't have problems. Oníkálùkù ń ṣe tiẹ̀ ni.
Yeah.
And we all speak the same Yoruba. That is what is uniting us as Omoluabi. And then as Yorubas, tó bá ti di pé a gba nǹkan tá fẹ́ gbà tán. Eléyìí ò ṣe pé ọmọ àlè ló máa sọ, àwọn Yorùbá máa tún pálòwe fún ẹni pé ọmọ àlè ló máa fọwọ́ òsì já jíjúwe lé bàbá ẹ̀. So in other words,
so you're saying that even the people that are opposing in public, secretly they want it.
Yes.
But they won't come out until
they won't. They won't. Let me tell you. Secretly, Obasanjo is even praying that a Yoruba man should ignite a big problem.
Well, we should be looking forward to Sunday Igboho coming back. I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, why are they releasing Showell all of a sudden? Not that it has that much impact anyways, but the significance of it. Then Nnamdi Kanu might come out. I don't know.
I said it, Nnamdi Kanu will be released.
Yeah,
they're finished. Immediately these people are released, then don't be surprised. Immediately Nnamdi...
Wait. So you see that, wait a minute. They are purposely releasing these guys to incite the people against the government because they know they're going to speak. No. Think about it. Sunday goes already mounting off in Benin. They owe him his money, rightfully so. Kanu's not going to keep quiet when it comes out. You know him. So, and you have Sahara Reporter guy all of a sudden. When you have these people going over the place, within 3, 4, 5, they're going to hit up the politics. Next thing you know, everybody's clamoring for, wow, I never thought of it. Okay. So they knew this was coming all along. They knew what they were doing.
And then suddenly, immediately Kanu is released. There is the probability that, yes, the jihadist agenda will be ignited.
Across the South now.
Yes. And if possible in the East. Across the entire South.
But you know, that's the problem. People in Lagos just don't. I was even telling someone, I'm like, do you know that there's a pipeline that runs across that Eco-Atlantic into Ostika Line? Like,
they don't need any other bomb. All they need to do is just set that place on fire, and the whole of Lagos is in fire.
They will just take care of the airport, take care of the seaport.
Yes.
Render the major imported exports. Well, we are in for it. Interesting. See, somebody once told me something a while back. Let me ask you because
Yes, go on.
I don't know how comfortable you are, but I'm going to say it.
No. Go on. I'm comfortable with anything.
He said, you see all these religious camps, they're going to be dropping bombs on them very soon. But I didn't pay attention to it. So a few weeks ago, I'm like thinking, where are all these camps located? Wait a minute, they are mostly in Ogun State, right? The major camps are like mostly in Ogun State. So I'm like, wait a minute. If they're gonna actually attack religious major, it will be in Ogun State.
Yeah, because Redeem Camp is there. Mountain of Fire is there. Guru Sadhguru Maharaji is there.
So to strike the heart, because when you mentioned the religious part of the coup, they have to enforce some kind of fear within the Christendom down south. Like, hey guys, if you try to make this some kind of,
Yes, correct.
I don't think we are ready for this. I don't think we are.
You see, the moment that breaks. The moment that problem is there, then let me assure you, the rest of the world will come in. They will come in.
So when they see a clear, you know what? that makes sense. If terrorists take over a government, that will force the hand of the United States. It's one thing to have Boko Haram problem, but if they actually take over your country, the government, the seat of power, that
Yeah.
forces the hand of the United Nations. Then.
Look at it this way. Before the COVID lockdown, why do you think many of the embassies in Nigeria evacuated they shut down their diplomatic missions and evacuated all their citizens? Before you can know about any activities that is going to happen in Nigeria, you know how you can measure it? Babati, watch the activities of both the American embassy and the British embassy in Nigeria. That will give you the idea of what is to happen. And the activities of both the United Kingdom and the United States diplomatically, they're gradually shutting down. They're just there as a ghost. Why do you think the American embassy has approved the construction of a new embassy for them in Lagos at a cost of $500,000 in Eco Atlantic City? A new embassy.
Because they have a lot of investment in that Ibejulek area. That's how billions, about $200 to $300 worth of investment in that axis alone.
Yeah.
So I don't. If they think the Yoruba nation is the way to go, I mean, it's interesting the way you put it, and I didn't think of it that way with the religious part of it. Because if they can overrun any government, that forces the UN immediately. You don't even need referendum for that one. They're not going to have a country run by terrorists. Not Nigeria of all places, because they know if Nigeria falls, it's going to spread to the whole West Africa.
Yes, and
That
West
is
Africa might not be able to handle it.
and you know that is France. France don't want that problem on their hand. Those Francophone countries, they're like, we don't want
Britain, yeah, Britain too doesn't want the problem, because I tell you what, if any problem should break out in Nigeria today, there are over 1 million Nigerians in Britain.
They want their family to come.
And if there is a war in Nigeria, it is very easy. Just get yourself, you don't need a passport, just get into the plane and come over here.
And they don't want 100 to 200 million people fleeing Nigeria. That would be a total disaster for the whole African country. That would be a disaster. Wow.
That is why the Americans and the British said they cannot afford a war in Nigeria right now. Then if you know you can't afford a war in Nigeria, then do the rightful thing. But the fact of the matter is, for us to do the right thing, some people are not doing it the right way. What if I should tell you right now, Babati, that our foreign relations for Yoruba nation is already down? Written by the former Director General of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs and former Foreign Affairs Minister under Babangida, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, Afenifere man. Our foreign relations, the way we would deal with each and every in the ECOWAS, African Union, European Union, UK, each and every individual country, Asia, Australia, and those area, New Zealand. We are moving gradually, but a lot of people don't know exactly what's been going on. It's not just only shout, shout, shout. This journey of Yoruba nation was completely destroyed by some social media pundits. Social media pundits. They know themselves. You know, Babati, it's a pleasure having you.
You threw me off with the last without a curveball. You threw the let me go digest that for a minute. So that's a tough one. Because now we Yoruba people, we've always prided ourselves in being, how we say culture supersedes religion in the
Yeah.
Yoruba tribe. So I don't know how the Yoruba Muslims are going to take over. So it'll be something interesting to watch. So
It will be very, very interesting, and make no mistakes. This next few couple of weeks to come, there will be a lot of developments coming your way. The biggest one that I am still waiting for is Tinubu's declaration for Yoruba nation.
once it gets the memo that it's not getting
Yeah. That is the biggest one I am waiting for. And the Fulanis, they know that if Tinubu should do that, they are finished.
So what gives them what gives if they know it's gonna pull down, why not just give him the
They won't give it to him because he knows too much about them. He knows too much. Too many of their secrets is already in Tinubu's. Look, somebody was saying Tinubu does not respect any Oba in the southwest, but go to the north. Just come on, Emir Tiote to Oni of Ife. Omama Kawo saying. Look at his meeting. Look at Bola Tinubu's meeting with Dantata. Kò tiẹ̀ lè gbà Dantata, kò lè ṣe kí Dantata gan sef. Ó káwọ́ sẹ́yìn, ó tẹríba fún ni. Máa yẹn tún náwó sí, kò tiẹ̀ lè gbà lọ́wọ́.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you see the way these people they rule, those northerners, they are ruthless.
Well, it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much, Babati. Nice having you on the show.
Yeah, hopefully some way somehow we are still well, Lagos is on my mind anyway, so we'll keep an eye on
Just
it.
like James Coker.
Lagos
Thank you
is-
very much, Babati. It's a pleasure. Let enjoy the rest of the show. I've been on 3 hours now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Babati. Now you can turn on your device and enjoy the rest of the show, Babati. Now, I know there are some other videotapes that I want to play for you guys. There was this one that actually came, and I love this one. Now, watch this one. This is awesome. Look at this.
Excuse me, sorry, where is Buhari? Okay, at the back, thank you.
Look at this again.
Sorry, where is Buhari? Okay, at the back, thank you.
That was cracky, isn't it? Where is Buhari? Let's see it again. That was really cracky. Wallahi. Yeah. Watch it again.
Excuse me, sorry, where is Buhari? Okay, at the back, thank you.
That was cracky. I love it. Where is Buhari? But yes, James Coker. Yes, that was cracky. Now, there is this particular one too that I want you to listen to, and this particular one is equally is equally. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see if no. Let me. No, I want to bring in. Let me see. I want to see if.
Problem don't dey.
No, it's not. No. No,
See also, we are living, sleeping, eating, dining,
no, it's not.
and waking up on a time bomb in Nigeria.
No,
That's
it's not.
problem, oh.
It's not.
Everybody wake down anywhere in the world.
No, it's not that one. It is this one. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Now let me. I want to see. I want to play you because I worked on that as well today, and I'll bring it in for you. God help us. Yeah. Pap. Not. I don't want that particular one. I know I have it somewhere here. Yes. Okay, let me bring in. Hang on, guys. Yeah. Okay, let me bring in that one. Let me bring in this one. Where is it? Yeah, okay. I need you and just wait for it, guys. Yeah, just wait for it. I'm trying to get this particular. Yeah, and let me look for the tape. And now the tape. The rolling tape. Okay, I know. No. Let me remove that. Okay, now it should be media, yeah, tape. I knew I have it somewhere, okay, and I worked on it earlier. It is no, it's not that one. 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 Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that is the one. Right. Hang on, guys. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me go to that and let me release that. Okay. Tape as well. Advanced tape. Okay, now we are ready.
Nigerian politicians. Salam alaikum, you are má ṣe súnà o. Àmọ́ ẹ má ṣe súnà àgbákò. Ní ẹ má rán àwọn lọ sí Hajj o. Ní ẹ má rán àwọn lọ sí Jerusalem o. Àmọ́ people are hungry in Nigeria now. Ramadan ti kọ̀la. Ẹlòmíì ò rí tó máa fi jẹ sààrì. Lẹ́yìn Ramadan ló máa kan iléyá. Láàrin Ramadan sí iléyá, àsìkò Hajj máa tó. Àwọn ò ní ẹ má ṣe súnà o. Súnà àgbákò ni kẹ́ má ṣe. People are hungry in Nigeria now. Ẹ má kó owó tó meant fún àwọn èèyàn láti fi jẹun. Fi rán àwọn èèyàn kó lọ sí Hajj kó lọ fi kan eyín mẹ́nu o. Àbọ̀dé Hajj alájà má jẹ ajá ló máa padà jẹ. Because ẹ̀rọ wọn lọ sí Hajj wọn lọ kan eyín mẹ́nu, wọ́n á dé wọn ò ní owó ilé san. Ọmọ wa sọ fún Kálánàdù, aláàjì, ẹ dákun, bàbá níbi wọn sọ sọ́la mo fi bẹ̀ yín, mo fi Kàábà bẹ̀ yín, ẹ dákun ẹ bò mí láṣìírí. Owó yẹn kó fún wọn kó fi ṣiṣẹ́ ni. Àwọn bọ́ìsì wa fún wọn níṣẹ́ tó máa ṣe. Ẹ̀rọ wọn lọ sí Hajj wọn lọ ń kẹyìn mẹ́nu, wọ́n á dé wọn máa fẹ́ yín Mẹ́kà gbọ̀kadà. Aláàjì ọlọ́kadà. Wọ́n á dé wọn máa fẹ́ yín Mẹ́kà já tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ní títì. Provide iṣẹ́ gidi fún wọn tó máa ṣe. Àwọn ò ní ẹ má ṣe súnà o. Ẹ rántí pé Dubai is an Islamic country.
Again, Dubai coming in.
Tọ́ba fi Nàìjíríà wé Europe, wé America, wọ́n lá America ti wà for the past 200 years. Dubai ò ti pọ̀ mọ́ 60 years o. Bọ̀dá ni Nàìjíríà jẹ́ fún Dubai. Dubai ti wá sí Nàìjíríà láti wá yá owó nígbà kan tẹ́ ẹ̀yà wọn lówó. When Dubai was a desert, tí wọ́n wá ń bẹ̀yìn fún owó nígbà yẹn. Tí ẹ̀wọ̀n tẹ́ tó bíìtì Dubai láti desert lọ sí mega city ni. Sheikh Mohammed Ibn Rashid nígbà tó bá bíìtì Dubai nígbà yẹn àwọn yẹn ní àṣẹwèrè lélẹ́yìn.
Ṣé ń gbọ́?
Ó lè máa build the desert, ó lè máa build the mega city because he loves his people.
You see?
Ó dẹ̀ ní ọpọlọ, ó ní ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye lórí. Owó díẹ̀ tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, ó kọ́kọ́ build the airport. Ó fi plane síbẹ̀. Ó invite àwọn èèyàn. Kọ́ máa wá wo ìlú ẹ̀, kọ́ máa wá ṣe business. Church wà ní Dubai, bó ṣe jẹ́ pé Islamic country ni.
I've just analyzed that. We've gone through the analysis. Blessing and curse.
Mary Mother of Jesus Mosque, Dubai ló wà. Maria ya Jésù, mọ́ṣáláṣí ló jẹ́ ní Dubai. Àwọn èèyàn troop in, wọ́n ṣe business níbẹ̀. Boko ò jí wọn gbé. Dubai is not a developed country. Bí ẹ pẹ́ yìí fún ara yín nísìn. Ẹ lọ dé business lẹ̀ sí Dubai. Ẹ lọ ra lé sí Dubai. Àwọn olóṣò yín ẹ gbé wọn lọ sí Dubai. Owó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì, owó gbogbo tó máa ṣe, ẹ máa san tax lórí ẹ̀. Owó Nàìjíríà tẹ hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì àwọn gbà yẹn. O lè fi build Dubai nísìn.
You see now?
Islamic country ní Dubai o. Sheikh Mohammed Ibn Rashid kò mú owó yẹn nítorí tó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Kò fi wá àwọn aráàlú ẹ̀ lọ sí Mẹ́kà nígbà yẹn o. Ó kọ́ fi build ìlú náà. Oúnjẹ wà, iṣẹ́ wà. Oníkàlùkù lè tọwọ́ bà pẹ̀ nísìn. Kó mú owó kó lọ sí Hajj tó bá wù. tó bá fẹ́ ṣe súnà tí ò ní padà kó àgbákò bá yín kò ń ṣe wípé ìlú tẹ́bi sí ń pa àwọn èèyàn lè máa wá kó owó fi wá àwọn èèyàn lọ sí hajj lè máa wá kó owó fi wá àwọn èèyàn lọ sí Jerusalem. Sheikh Mohammed Ibn Rashid plan to live in Dubai listen is now ready to build Dubai Greek which will be 1,300 meters long. That will be the tallest building in the world. Ó ti dáwọ́lé o. Future Dubai future náà pé. Ẹ̀yin orí Nigerian president build. Dépò Nigerian future. Tàbá olóṣèlú tó fẹ́ ṣe súnà. Tàbá olóṣèlú tó fẹ́ rìn lọ sí hajj àbí Jerusalem. Àwa ò ní ẹ má ṣe súnà o. Àmọ́ ẹ ṣe súnà. Irú ti Ibn Sheikh Mohammed. But he's not a billionaire. He's the president of Dubai and the vice president of United Arab Emirates. Àtìbú àtòrò Dubai, ìlú Ìsìlámù ni. Ohun tí wọ́n ń pè súnà nìyẹn. Kì í ṣe pé kí máa rẹ̀ lọ sí hajj ní ìlú tẹ́bi tí ń pa àwọn èèyàn. Kọ́ dé kọ́ máa fi Mẹ́kà gun ọ̀kadà. Kí wọ́n lọ sí hajj kó tó di pé wọ́n dé. Ẹ ti dúró sọ́jà àwọn ọjà ti jóná. Ẹ wọ́n lọ sí hajj kó tó di pé wọ́n dé ẹ ti wó ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọn. Wọ́n lọ orí ìgbà ti dé sábàkà orí èèyàn kì í fi rẹrù. Àti rí alájà tó rẹrù tó ń ṣalábàárù lọ́jà ní Nàìjíríà nísìnyí o. Ní ẹ má ṣe súnà o. Àmọ́ ẹ má ṣe súnà ọjà. That will make people die of hunger in Nigeria. Keep your sunnah to yourself. Do the needful. Ẹ ṣe the needful. Olórin tí ò ní irinṣẹ́ ẹ̀rọ lọ sí hajj lọ kẹyìn mẹ́nu. A máa lọ fọwọ́ a máa fọwọ́ wíwú speaker. Tó bá ní play a máa wá speaker káàkiri. Ẹ̀yin gbọ́dọ̀ mú owó yẹn kẹ́kẹ́ bá irinṣẹ́ fún. Àní ẹ má ṣe súnà o. Sàlámù àlékún yín o. Sàlámù àlékún yín àní ẹ má ṣe súnà. Àmọ́ ẹ ṣe súnà. Súnà kẹ́ bọ́ àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n yó. Ẹ bọ́ àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n yó ní súnà. Ṣé kì í bọ́ ẹ bá tún kó dìbí tó wà lẹ́sìn. Ẹ bá ẹgbẹ́ yóò tún lọ sí hajj. Bí kò ní sọ́kà ìkànnì rẹ̀ pé òun fi kíní kan mílíọ̀nù náírà. Òun fi pa léyà. Ní Nàìjíríà náà ní gàdàgàdà wà. Ẹ ṣọ́ agbárí yín o. Ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn nílùú.
You heard. Àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ti wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jí. Wọ́n ti ń jí nísìnyí o. That's another one for you. Let me seize the opportunity to thank each and every one of you. Thank you very much, Baba T, for hooking up with me in the studio to discuss. Yes, thank you so much, everyone. It is very late. The time in London is 02:48 hours. We've just treated episode 164 of The Bleeding Edge. Let's bring the stream to an end. Thank you very much, James Coker. And I hope you guys will take everything on board. And I hope I've provoked you. The next episode will be The Bleeding Edge episode 165. Take good care of yourselves. And for those of you who are just waking up from the other side of the world, good morning to you. For those of you who are about to go to bed, such as James Coker, good night to you. Those of you that are on the other side of the pond from the United Kingdom, I wish you love, I wish you success, I wish you happiness, and I wish you everything that you wish yourself. Kórí fún ẹ bí èrò ọkàn mi sí ẹ. Kórí fún mi bí èrò ọkàn mi sí ẹ. And on this note, let us bring episode 164 of The Bleeding Edge to a close. Stay cool and God bless you all. Good night.